Bloomington, Indiana, right? That's where we're from.
Lafayette.
Lafayette. Okay.
Yeah.
Hailing from Lafayette. You're in where today? You're in Ohio, aren't you?
Akron, Ohio.
Akron, Ohio. And this is Jeremy Camp. Welcome, and you will be playing at Nightvision Festival. For the third or fourth time, there's a debate going on, but you will be there Friday, June 6th, appearing with Strings and Heart, Leanna Crawford, Blessing Offer, and Josiah Queen. Welcome.
Yeah, thank you. Actually, it's exciting because it's one of my favorite festivals. For one, because I love that it's for the community. They put it on as an outreach, and so I think for me, that's been my heart for how many years, doing this. And so to be a part of this every year that I have been has been really exciting. And that lineup sounds amazing. So, Blessing and Leanna Crawford and Josiah Queen, wow, that's a great lineup.
So this is Nightvision's 20th anniversary.
Wow.
You've been doing this now for 25 years, right?
Yeah, 24, yeah.
24?
Yeah.
What were you doing 20 years ago? And did you think that vinyl would be coming back and we'd be talking about all your streaming hits and everything?
Yeah, no, it's funny. I actually finally did my first vinyl on this new record. So I was like, I got to do a vinyl because everyone's doing vinyl. And we have a bunch of vinyls that we've had for years in our house. And so the fact that we finally did when my kids were like, Dad, it's about time you finally did a vinyl. But no, it's 20 years ago. The landscape of what I do has changed dramatically, there's so many different ways. And I think, sometimes for the good, sometimes for the bad. But I do love the accessibility of music to anybody now, especially with streaming. I love that aspect of it.
You've had 46 number ones, so by the time this interview is done, you might have another one at this rate. Are you still shocked every time a song goes number one, album goes gold? Is it at this point, it's just another one? No. I think that, you never know when that's going to stop. And so I think that, especially as I've gotten older, I appreciate it even more because, who knows? If I have 5 more years, 10 more years, 2 more years of doing this. And so taking those moments and really soaking them in has been what I've been trying to do every time. When your first album came out, you had the Soul Patch, and then as years went on, we got the Highlights, which I'm a fan of. Did you think that you would still be having this big of an impact?
No, I thought at this point I'd probably be done, to be honest. And, I know it sounds crazy, but I think it's, when you're that many years in, you look at a lot of artists and the lifespan they have isn't typically this. And, in the degree that I'm still able to do it. So I think for me, it's I think I'm living on borrowed time a little bit. But in a good way where I'm just trying to, we're doing this tour right now, and even every night I'm trying to just settle in the moment and be like, Lord, thank you. I'm still doing this. I'm still seeing people's lives being changed and transformed. And so I'll do it until he tells me to stop.
So a few months ago, a guy that I was discipling named Francisco, he came into a relationship with Jesus, and he's going to be at the festival as well with us, helping out in the media team. But he's been listening here in Nashville. He's been listening to Way FM all the time. And he was like, dude, they play Jeremy Camp all the time. I think I know every single one of his songs at this moment in time. What is, out of all those songs, Radio Loves You, 46 number ones, I know it's like trying to pick a favorite child, but is there a song that just stands out to you that you're just every night you still are shocked that you get to perform that song and that it gravitates towards people?
Yeah. Honestly, I think I still believe. I think it's just one of those things where, it's withstood the time because of the story behind it and what God's done, and people still respond, and it's just a beautiful moment. And so I think it's wow, after 24 years, I'm able to do this song and people are still responding. So it's beautiful.
And they made a movie off of it. So when you got the call that we want to make a movie, what was that feeling like? And a number one too for that weekend it opened.
Yeah. I think for me it's a very humbling thing because there's so many amazing people and amazing stories out there, that they could have picked, and anybody else could have had a story that might have been even better, but for some reason God allowed me to share my story. And so I think for me, the bizarre nature of watching someone else play your life and having somebody else say, "Hey, Jeremy Camp," and you're like, that's not really me, but but to see the impact of it was incredible. I still get people today saying, I just saw your movie for the first time, or I've seen your movie 10 times, or whatever it may be, we still get impact even worldwide, because we get people from around the world still talking about how they are watching the movie or love the movie. So it's pretty crazy.
And your latest album was Deeper Waters, and you came out with an extended edition last year. And I remember when you posted that it came out, because you had the song with Lecrae. That was different for what you've done. How did that come about?
Yeah, so I'd written that song. It was just after, I think I was going through some stuff, and that morning I was getting ready to go write a song and go in with some friends that I love and write. And all of a sudden, this chorus was like, no holding back, do whatever it takes, take all those fears, break off of these chains, I'm ready now. Whatever you have, God, I'm ready. It was like this kind of call of surrender. Right. So I finished the song, and we had actually recorded it without Lecrae. And then I was like, I just felt like he would be the guy on it that I would love. And we were doing lunch one time, and he goes, hey, why won't we have done a song together? And I was like, yeah, you're right. Why haven't we? I said, check out this song. I gave him a couple songs to check out, but that was one of them. And he's like, that's the one I resonate with. And so we did it. And so the video is insane. Like, it's really cool. Like his part in it is like Into the Spider-Verse kind of feeling, which is super cool.
So what you just described sounds exactly like Lecrae. Just always trying to get himself on a song. And shout out to the 116. You, I want to talk, if you could, talk about this Speaking Louder campaign.
So I started this nonprofit 12 probably years ago, and it really was birthed out of the idea of I'm an evangelist. I love sharing the gospel. I love seeing people come to know Jesus, and so we started getting a lot more calls to go overseas, and some of those calls, it was just difficult because financially it's like bringing a whole team to do an outreach, and sometimes these third world countries or different countries can be difficult. And so I decided to start this nonprofit that really it's a threefold purpose. We go over and we have these mercy projects that we help, like in Entebbe, Uganda, we built a small hospital that could house having female and male sides, instead of they would just treat everybody, and it would just be awkward. And they were like, we need a facility. In India, we built 30 homes in a village to complete the village. Now we're building a community center for these families. But what we do is we do these mercy projects to be like, hey, we want to show you that we're here for the long haul, not just to come in and do a concert and leave. And so we do these concerts, and it's evangelistic. So in Uganda, we had 30,000 people show up, and 1,000 people accepted the Lord. And so we have local churches that we work with that when people get saved, they are able to get discipled, and not just, hey, say the prayer and let's go.
Right.
So we have these, unique relationships with people around the world that we work with that we know can handle discipleship and can handle these mercy projects. And then we try to go in and do this leadership conference that we kind of encourage people in the community to love on them, do some worship, and get them ready for the event as well.
That's awesome. Yeah, you can go to, speakinglouder.com, right? For more information, see how you can get involved. You've been around for 24 years now. You've had the same manager, Matt Baum. Shout out to Matt Baum. That is rare that you can see somebody who's had the success that you have and still keep that original team. And I think that I just want to commend you right now, because so many times the guys who help get them there, they fire everybody, they go get something else, all that. And that just really is a testament to who you are as a person in your heart. And I just want to commend you for that. I know it's a weird thing to say in an interview, is to commend you for keeping the same manager, but I just think that is just kind of a cool thing to see in this industry, because you usually see them recycling people, and you've had the same team I know some of the guys you've toured with over the years, you kept them for years, man. Yeah. And it's like a family. So being on the road, how many days are you doing a year? How many shows are you doing a year now?
We're kind of knocked it down a little bit to 70 shows.
Okay.
It's quite a bit.
Right.
I know, but when it used to be 150 shows a year,
right.
70 is nothing. But yeah, that's kind of where we've landed, where it feels like it's a sweet spot, where I still feel like that we're all, able to do this together and be busy enough, but not overwhelmed, and have other things that we can do as well, like speaking louder or just be with your families,
right.
Things. Yeah, that's about where we're at right now.
You live in Nashville now. and how important is for the up and coming Jeremy Camps of the world. How important is it to have a accountability church community back home to kind of keep you humble from all the noise of being on tour and having 46 number ones and everything?
It's the most important thing because, I've seen so many people fall to the wayside and so many people that gotten caught up that really I think they started off right, but this industry can eat you up if you don't stay accountable, if you don't have a community that can be there for you, or people that just want to give up because it's difficult and they don't have a community to support them and uphold their hands and lift up their arms. And so I think for me, like I've just found that my community and the people that I surround myself with, it's one of the most important things you can do.
Do you ever go back to Lafayette? Do you have the key to the city? Is your portrait on the side of a government building there?
Not yet.
Not yet.
Yeah, I'm hoping maybe I can be mayor one day. I don't know. We'll see.
A couple more number ones, and we'll secure that portrait on the side of the building.
I love it, dude.
2 years ago, you played Nightvision, and I think when you played, it was still at night. It was still like 97 degrees. How do you prepare your voice as an artist, as a singer? How do you prepare for just being on the road and playing in 100-degree heat in the high desert? How do you do that?
Well, the good thing is I try to stay in shape and I work out a lot. So I think that a
lot of McDonald's on the road, a lot of Pizza Hut.
Yeah, one of the things that we don't do for sure. It's because honestly, like those things weighs you down. Like when I try to play, I'm not eating well, I'm not working out, I feel miserable. And so then when you're in 97-degree weather, it's really difficult to get through it. But when I'm staying healthy and staying in shape, getting enough rest, then you just kind of go out there and it's part of what you do. So.
Well, while you're on tour, do you how is the diet? Are you hitting the gym every day?
Yeah, like I went yesterday, me and my brother are gonna go today. We have a Peloton on the road that I ride. So yeah, absolutely.
Because when you first came out, it was like, geez, who is that guy, man? Like, it's like listen to my music or I'm going to spare you like a professional wrestler,
Yeah, that's basically about right. No, just kidding.
That's how we got there. Exactly. I do have to ask, because I remember when you came out, you had the tattoos on display. And that was a time when the Christian church, Christian music industry really wasn't embracing. So now we got dudes with neck tattoos and everything. You're like a trailblazer with the tattoos and Christian music.
Yeah, it's funny. Like we had conversations with the record company about that, and I had them, way before living out in California. I had tattoos. Didn't think anything of it. It wasn't like a big deal, especially in California. It wasn't a big deal.
Right.
And so when I got in the industry and we had conversations about it, it was kind of weird, to be honest. I'm like, why are we having conversations about this? But then I was trying to be respectful. If like a church would be like, hey, can you take your earrings out or cover your tattoos? I'd be absolutely. You know what I mean? Because I don't want to just have this rebellious spirit. So I always would just be like, cool, no worries. But it is nice to see that people realize it's not a big deal anymore.
Right. So are we working on new music?
I mean, I'm always kind of working on new music, but there's no rush because I just really feel like this album I want to keep out there for a while. It's one of my favorite records I've ever put out, and so for a lot of reasons. And so I feel like that I want to give it the best chance it can for everyone to hear it.
I got one more for you. Who is Jesus to you?
My everything. Yeah, like he's my refuge, he's my comfort, he's my shield, he's my savior, he's my friend, he's everything I need. And I could not be here without him. And he's the reason why I do what I do.
Do you still bring the smoke out?
Yeah.
The smoke cannons? Okay, so we get to see that at Nightvision?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
We're still
Well, it's Jeremy Camp, Nightvision 2025, the 20th anniversary of Nightvision, the 24th anniversary of you. I know that's not really a monumental one, but I will make it a monumental occasion.
Amazing.
Performing with Strings and Hearts, Leanna Crawford, Blessings Offer, Josiah Queen, and Jesse Bradley will be speaking that night. So, and actually I did an interview with Jesse Bradley a few weeks ago, and I was like, who are you most excited to see at Nightvision? And he said you. So
wow.
Don't disappoint Grand Junction or Pastor Jesse Bradley.
I promise you I won't. I hope not.
Jeremy, thank you for your time.
Thanks, man. Appreciate you, buddy.